Alright, so in this video, I will be going over the top 5 best books, in my opinion, to read as an online entrepreneur, even if you are just starting out or you're stuck and cannot scale. I would definitely recommend reading this, and then, like, I promise you, you will start to get traction once again. So, without further ado, let's just get straight into it. So, the first book. Now, these books will become or be in sequential order. So, the best book will be at last, and I will also have two honorable mentions that couldn't quite make the list, but is definitely worth a read. So yeah, stay tuned. It's really exciting. The last book will, like, it's just it has been a blowing book for me and really helped me a lot. So now the first book, top 5, is Zig Ziglar's Secrets of Closing the Sale. So this book is basically the Bible of closing a sale or salesmanship. And if you don't know Zig Ziglar, he's an salesman from the, I think, 70s or 80s. So between between the 70s and 80s. And he was just a salesman that traveled the world, and like he's pretty much the godfather of closing. So in this book, you will find tons of way to close people, and you will learn all the principles of salesmanship. So how to have conviction in what you're selling, because that is one of the key things, and how to use empathy and sympathy, and how, like, there's tons of different closes in this book, and you will learn uh, learn from some of the stories and principles that he has gained in his life, and this will just lay the foundation for selling. And it is a must read, because, like, you will use this in when you're writing copy, when you're on sales call, and just basically in every area of your business. So top 5, would really recommend this book. Now the next book is by Dan Kennedy, and it's called the No BS Marketing Book for Non Direct Response Marketing Businesses. So in this book, you will really learn the essence and the core principles, like the science and the art of direct response marketing. So he was going over 10 commandments, such as, like, there's always need to be an offer and reason to respond. There will be no leaks. There will be clear instructions, and there will be follow-ups and strong copy and all these great stuff that makes good direct response marketing. And it really will lay a foundation of how you run businesses and how you create your offers and how you really view both your target market, your message, and the way you communicate with people. It teaches you the, like, triangle of getting clients. So you need to have a market, you need to have a message, and you need to have a media. And if one of these is off, like, none of what you're doing will land with your clients or your target audience. So really, really a great book, gives you a solid foundation for your business. And, like, starting out or wanting to scale, this really is a thing. Like, direct response marketing is really the thing to learn, because it's just the way to keep things in order and keep having that overview and really being ruthless in your marketing. And that's really a cool thing, and it's really a good example of teaching such. So that was top 4. Now the third book, the top 3, is Never Split the Difference, and this is about negotiation, and it's probably one of the best books I have ever read about negotiations. And it's written by Chris Voss, who's a former FBI agent or a former FBI hostage negotiator. So there's tons of stories about his life and how he negotiated with these hostage takers and terrorists. And you learn every single principles to negotiate with people and, like, get whatever you want in life, basically. So it has principles such as how to mirror people. So if you want people to open up a bit more, then you just mirror them. So they could say, I was at the mall yesterday. So then you would mirror them like, you were at the mall, question mark. And then they would just continue. And these are really good principles to use in your everyday life. And when you just implement these things that's in this book, it'll just be honed in and stick with you, and it will just help you just in general in your life. And there's also principles like labeling people and finding the black swan, because sometimes or oftentimes you will not land at negotiations because there was a X factor that stopped you from doing it, and this really helps you locate that as well. So top three, really a fascinating book to read, and like it's definitely a book that I come back to often. Now the second book is a book called Take Their Money, and this book is basically about how you like it explains how copywriting is just like another language, just as English, German or French or Spanish, and then copywriting is just a language that you have to decode and understand, and it teaches you all these principles that like continuously shows up in copy, and how you can just destructure or break down a whole sales letter, and what the copywriter was thinking of whenever he was writing that copy, and really helps you to if you find a good copy, break it down and see how you can use it in your old copy. And like copy is really the number one driver in your business, because it's how you make people take action and follow your movement, and that is the number one thing in your business with sales and creating offers. So really good things, like it teaches you how to create headlines, how to build leads, so the intro of your sales letter, how to break down the offer and create an offer, and how to create the body, so like the breadth of the VSL or the sales letter. And it's really just a great book that I keep in arm's reach, and I really use those principles from this book. Sort of like he talks about something called NSB. These are the 4 things that create or makes good copy, and it's like in copy there needs to be a new thing, it needs to be easy, it needs to be safe, and it needs to be big. That's NSB, and these 4 things has alter egos as well. And for new, it's only. So what's better than new is that you are the only one having this thing. And then we have easy. What's better than easy is that everyone can do this. And then we have safe. What's better than safe? It's that it's predictable. So these things, they go hand in hand. And then we have big. What's better than just having one big thing? It's having this big thing fast. So these are like 4 things with the alter egos you can use to break down every piece of copy and build your own sales letter or your own copy in your business as well. Now to the honorable mentions. I will start off by showing you this. This is the Ultimate Sales Letter written by Dan Kennedy, and it's a bit of an add-on to the Take Their Money. This is basically, it shows you how to create a complete sales letter from scratch, like finding all your dream customers' problems. So like you find out what keeps them up at night, what are they afraid of, what they're angry about, what their frustrations, what trends are occurring in their lives, which biases do they have, what's their language, like the common language they use, where they're congregating, and like what are other people selling to them. And it really shows you how to write a sales letter and how to bypass the gatekeepers, so getting people to read the sales letter as well. And this just talks about a normal in-print sales letter, but it's so fascinating to see how many of these principles can be applied today in VSLs or webinars and stuff like that. This is really just core principles, and if you can break it down and try to build it in this new era that we are in, this is just a killer of a book, and really just a handbook that I keep coming back to and I have within arm's reach whenever I am writing copy or sales letter. So that's the first honorable mention. The second honorable mention is The Art of Persuasion, and it's a book by Bob Brock, and this really taught me how to speak to people's egos and status, and how like you don't always have to win an argument or like force hard on hard in order to win people. Like sometimes you have to lose battles in order to win on the back end, because people don't like to lose face. When you make people lose face, both in person, like one-on-one, or in copy, one-to-many, like people won't act. But if you really can plant the seeds, which this book teach you, and use ego and use status, and not making people lose face, like you will just become their number one friend, and people will listen to you and they will think that it was their own idea in the first place. So really a powerful book that you have to use wisely and use it to a good cause, because what's in this book is really powerful, and that's why it's a honorable mention as well. So that was the second honorable mention. Now, the number one book that you guys have been waiting for, and is the best book in my opinion to read as an entrepreneur, online entrepreneur, either starting out or can't scale and feel stuck, is Expert Secrets. And it's a book written by Russell Brunson, and it teaches you everything. Like everything. If you have a knowledge and you want to turn it into money, this is the book to go with, because it teaches you the frameworks, like how to turn your knowledge into frameworks, and how in the start to gain more knowledge and like sharpen your skills, then to turn them into frameworks, and then how to sell these frameworks. Teaches you how to create a movement. So instead of just selling products, how can you create a movement that people feel like they're in a cult or culture, and how you can separate yourself from everybody else. So creating your own category instead of just swimming in a red ocean. It teaches you how to tell stories in order to change people's beliefs. It teaches you how to create your own attractive character, because people need, or in order for people to buy into the movement that you've created, they need a attractive character to show them the way. It teaches again how to tell stories. It teaches you how to build your webinars or your one-to-many presentations. Like this book has so many nuances, and every time I read this over and over again, like I get something new out of it, and it's just so fascinating and really, really powerful. And yeah, such a great book. Really, really can recommend it, and that's also why it's my the best book that I've ever read, and I'll come back to it over and over again and try to implement all the principles every single day. So yeah, that was it. That was the top 5 best books for online entrepreneurs, even if you're starting out or you're stuck and can't scale. So let me know if you want other videos like this, and I will see you guys soon.